3, 6, 7.
Pokemon Community Game. A wild Ambipom appears. Catch it using quoc. Catch winners revealed in 90s.
It's a fighting type. I've been learning. Pokemon was after my time.
Quoc catch.
It's not a fighting type. It's a common type. Oh, I thought it was fighting.
Chuyen.
Oh.
Quoc catch. Cave fibers. Quoc catch. Great ball.
No problem, Mary. Thank you.
BRB laundry.
No problem. Thank you. 5,
Siri
10,
a 5-minute ad break is starting.
15,
Thank you for sticking with us
25.
through this
Oh,
great
ads.
Help support my
25.
content. Consider subscribing to remove ads and support the stream.
6. What's that? Hydrate. Thank you, Nabs. Why are you not going through?
Nabs Chuyen. Stay hydrated, KB. It's hot out.
Yep. I'm inside. It's pretty comfortable in here.
Pokemon Community Game.
But I will hydrate. Have tea. Oh, yay. We caught it. We caught it, Nabs. Open my air hole. That's actually a hole for a straw. But when you're pouring, it makes it nice to pour out nice without the gloop, 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 gloop. You know, gulping. Welcome back from ads. You break away from ads if you either subscribe or use your Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime will give you a free subscription. Okay. In the middle, we'll just poke all the way down through. And then we're gonna wrap those around. And we count all of our things on this side. Okay. I thought so. Of course, we did a lot of talking today too, so I don't know, that might interrupt our making time quite a bit. We had some laughs earlier today. Oh, good. Alright. Now comes the boring rows. We just knit for 17 rows. We can use a row counter. We'll still use this stitch marker after that, because after that is more short rows. You guessed it, more short rows. Add a row counter to our finger. Be easier than trying to keep track, especially if we get close to the end of stream and have to put it down. I don't think that's gonna work. They're angled downward, it should be fine. It'll just become part of the fiber fill. This is going to be a very purple and blue chicken. Purple, blue, gray. Probably red. We'll probably get into, pull this down, probably get into this red that's on there too. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. If we run out of yarn, it's okay. I do have another cake of the Lion Brand Mandala that we're using. Tweed stripes. I don't know why they call it tweed. It's more of a barber pole than tweed. You think tweed, or when I think tweed, I think like little specks of color here and there in it. You know, this is what I would call a tweed. This is more of a barber pole, where I have two colors kind of intertwining with each other. Kind of a little bit different. That tweed yarn, I was thinking about making a top out of that. Welcome back. Welcome back. We all got quiet all of a sudden. I think everybody got busy. I don't know.
Mary's Fiber Creations.
You're welcome. Do you know follows are free? If you click that little heart down here, you can find my channel easier. Ready for a nap? Oh, yesterday was complete nap day. Oh my gosh, that's all I wanted to do yesterday was nap. And I don't know why I don't feel like that today. I don't feel like napping today. I don't know. I feel more energized today. Maybe because I got to sleep until 7:30 instead of up at 6 or 4. Quite possibly. You're just lurking? That's okay. You're trying to get other things done too, I'm sure. I know a lot of times when I'm watching other streams, I'm doing other things too. Nabs is a good lurker. Nabs is a sneaky lurker. That's okay. I appreciate my lurkers too. It's alright. It's okay. Does anybody have weekend plans? I think we need to figure out what groceries we need for the next couple of weeks. Figure out some meal planning. Check and see how much of what we have left. So we can make proper meal plans. See, I have Saturday group.
Pokemon community game. A wild Diglett appears, catch it using
Oh, a
catch
Diglett.
winners.
Diglett. It's a Diglett. It's a mound of ground.
Mary's Fiber Creations. Quoc catch.
I have 2 of them. It's a ground type. And I'm gonna, and I have a shiny one. So what I am doing is I'm giving it candy to upgrade it. It's up to 19. Let's give it some more. More candy. More candy, Miss Abby. I have 4 more pieces of candy. It's up to level 28. We'll leave it there. Been trying to give the candy pieces I have to the shiny Pokemon I have. Hi, baby girl. Hi, princess. Good, come say hi. Come on, come say hi. Yep, be a good girl. Come on.
Pokemon community game.
Mia left us.
Diglett escaped Pokemon
No one caught it. Oh my gosh. Yep, there's Miss Abby. Here's my tortoise shell. Torty kitty. Torty kitty. Yep, Miss Mia ate the last of your snacks. Oh, Miss Mia ate your snacks. Yeah. Is that what you want? You want some snacks? She's like, yes, please. She didn't come for the party. She came for the snacks. Snack, snack, snack. Crunch, crunch, crunch. I'm sorry if the crunching kitty crunchies annoy you. I'm sorry. I love the way you kind of try to
Mary's Fiber
scarp those.
Always, Mom, what kind of question is that?
Right?
Class creations.
Exactly.
LOL.
Sorry, I do have a nephew that can't stand mouth noises. They give him a lot of anxiety. So, like, you know, crowds, if they're doing a food thing, he walks away and goes to his own area to eat, not around other people. Because some people eat with their mouth open and he can't stand it, which I get. Sometimes that can be annoying, but I don't get anxiety over it. It's just like, okay, could you please keep your mouth closed when you chew? You have crumbs? Look, 2 more. Look. Right here. You can eat them. No, what do you mean no? Here. Abby. Abby. You left... Really? Really? Ooh, they were wet.
Welcome to Cake Fibers. I hope you enjoy this stream.
Oh, that was the kitty spit. It's been sanitized. Just like the book. It's been sanitized. Whew. I don't know that we're gonna get out. Well, we have about an hour. Just over an hour. We might be able to get all 17 rows done. And back into short rows. We'll have to probably place a marker in the pattern on what row we end on. I should take a break and run out to the hen area and check for eggs. I've not taken a break yet today. Probably should do that. I'll do that now. I'm gonna set this down. I'm gonna leave this here and let you look at this pretty tail, and I'll be right back. Let me go check chicken eggs. Be right back. Apparently the 2 eggs I collected earlier were gonna be it. They ate one. They ate it. Naughty birds ate it. Naughty, naughty. I don't know. I don't know what else I can do to break them from that. I did all the recommendations I could find. Like take an egg, you poke a hole in each side of it, you blow the egg part out, and then fill it with mustard, yellow mustard. I did that. Apparently they like yellow mustard. So that didn't work. They like spicy mustard. That didn't work. Crazy things like Tabasco and red pepper flakes. What do these hens not like? I can't find something that they don't like. Crazy things. Crazy, crazy things. Oh, Miss Mia is back. So you can come say hi too? Hello, Miss Mia. This is the other Mia. The other kitty, Mia. She's tuxedo kitty. Mostly black with some white spots. Miss Mia. Yeah, she's the snuggle one. She likes to snuggle. Yeah. Little raspy purr. Yeah. So you're gonna relax? So people can see. You're taking up all the camera space, honey. You can lay down. It's alright. No, want pets. No, wants pets. I didn't come here for that. I came here for the scorches and the lovins. Didn't you? Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Do you want to snuggle? Just be snuggle, kitty. Mama snuggle kitty. Oh, you see the hens? Are they moving around? Yeah, they're pecking around at stuff, aren't they? Yeah. Oh yeah. You want the chin? Oh yeah. Under the chin the best. Under the chin is the best. You're so funny. Yes, you're so funny. That's my girl. Okay. Now what? Can Mama finish knitting? Is that okay? You want to go up in your tower? Nope. You want to go up here? Here we go. She's like, not really. I want more skirtses. We'll see what she does. We'll see now. Maybe she'll stay there and nap. Wanted more skirtses. All the kitty interruptions today.